All right. Good day. Welcome, loves. All right. Aquarius. Vultures. All right. Just remember, nothing is ever wasted. All right. Everything happens the way it does. So, people, I like anybody that comes across this video. All right. That may say, oh, I wasted time or I wasted, this or this. No, you didn't. All right. Everything happens the way it is, the way it's supposed to. No time is wasted. Nothing is wasted. That's what I'm getting for you, Aquarius. All right. So everything that you may be like wanting, or you might seem like was wasted time or something, it was something that you had to go through. All right. So it's not wasted. All right. So keep your head up. All right. But I feel like Aquarius, you guys are like going through a shift, or you'll be going through a shift. All right, it's like the age of Aquarius, you guys are going to feel it. All right, a lot more than others, I feel. All right, and it does depend on where you're at, your mindset, your vibration, your frequency, all that. All right, that's going to make a difference. All right, everybody goes through shit differently. All right, so let's do 3 shuffles and get to it for the sign of Aquarius. I'm also getting Pentacles, okay? So there could be some opportunities that are going to present themselves, whether they're, like big or small. Yeah, see? It's about investing your time. There's those pentacles, all right? It's about investing that time, investing your money. Oh my God. There's deer down there. 2 of them, all right? So I'm getting a very gentle, graceful energy, all right? Oh, I love it. All right, so we're starting with the Justice, all right? Yeah. It's like, I feel like this reading is to help deliver some reassurance, all right? When it comes to the truth and everything, you are the authoritative figure of your life, all right? Seek truth, seek balance, and always stand in integrity, all right? A lot of people today flap their fucking mouth and claim that their word is reliable, they have integrity and dignity, but yet actions say a hell of a lot more, So integrity is important. People do not realize how important integrity is. All right? Integrity and dignity means people can rely on the shit you goddamn say. All right? You earn that respect. And always remember to try to keep a balance. All right? Keep a balance. And always speak with truth and honesty, and always be fair about the way things go. All right? The Justice card sometimes pops up, when we need to realize something that may be lowering us or maybe not doing us any good. We have here the Page of Wands. All right, so this is a good message. This is a confirmation message. All right, if you're dealing with anything when it comes to the judicial system, anything like that, it's going to rule in your favor. All right, because you hold that integrity and that truth, and you earn that respect. All right, it's just like reading energy. It's like people can say things to me, but their energy, their mannerisms, their facial expressions, everything will determine. All right, I can read people pretty goddamn well. That's why I don't like being around a lot of people. All right, and it's not to toot my horn or anything. Anybody that knows me, that really knows me, knows this, and they will vouch and say, yes, I have to be careful of what I say because I have had a lot of weird shit happen. All right, I'm a catalyst. I have literally met new people, and they had been in a relationship for goddamn years, and then the minute I start getting to know them, it's like they split up and break. It's a spiritual catalyst. All right, and yeah, it's like, so I just keep to myself a lot of times because, for one, you don't really get a lot of people that respect and understand this way of life. So let's get for the Justice and the Page of Wands. And here comes somebody down the goddamn road because, you can't get a goddamn break out here. I always wondered, like, why do people even come out here and even drive on this road? Because, fuck are you doing? You ain't gonna see shit because you're driving fast as fuck and you're goddamn fucking kicking dust up like a motherfucker. And, yeah, so what is the goddamn purpose here? Is kind of what I want to know, you know what I'm saying? So we have the Justice and the Page of Wands here. Good news is going to be coming in too. All right, so if you've been waiting for a ruling or something to determine an outcome, yep, it was weighed the way it is supposed to. So, all right, let's get a little more for the Justice and the Page of Wands. So I feel like you need to tap into, you know, that, figure out what your passions are. Figure out what desires you have. And, you know, just try to focus on meditating, you know, so them creative thoughts can come up, because I feel like that's going to help you a lot. So we have the Hierophant here. So I feel like there's a beautiful balance, all right? It's about weighing everything up before you make a decision, a choice. It's that balance, all right? Whether it's a balance between your masculine and your feminine, I'm getting too. But I feel like, yeah, there is some type of, how do I want to word this? Like universal justice. So you might end up starting to feel like more balanced and like becoming more spiritual and focusing on like a lot of spiritual knowledge and wisdom. All right, some of you guys might be going, you know, to college, going to school to further your knowledge, your education. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like you're stepping into an energy of spirituality. All right, so you could be younger here with the Page, and that's going to really help restore balance. It's going to help you make decisions. It's going to help you see, you know, that nothing is wasted. All right. And if we don't want to feel like that and go through some of these unnecessary things, then we need to weigh things out before we make a full decision. All right. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of changes that are going to be coming. You're going to start to feel very balanced. All right. Yeah. Because you're really going to start to see the moment you start stepping into this Hierophant energy and focusing on your spirituality and spiritual knowledge and just diving into that, you're really going to start to see your happiness take off. All right, because a lot of people, especially the younger ones here with the Page, you know, they got growing to do, maturing to do. So, you know, it can kind of affect a person's mindset, all right, going through all them changes. But with the Sun and the Eight of Wands, I feel like, yes, it's like you're going to come out feeling good, feeling great. All right. The Sun is the most positive card in the deck. And it's going to be a rapid growth is what I'm getting. All right. You're going to grow very rapidly, very quick. You're going to expand. All right. And therefore, your happiness and your contentment in life is going to expand also. All right. Because I'm getting, yeah, it's a very younger energy. All right. Kind of moving out of that more childish and more, you know, Page in maturity. And it's just keeping that positive mindset, all right? And that's when that's when you're really gonna start to see things take off and grow and expand in your life, all right? And it's gonna happen quick and fast. You're gonna be surprised. And I feel like I said in the beginning, like Aquarius, you guys are gonna get like, it's going to be different for you guys because of the age that we are in. We do have here the Nine of Cups with the Moon, all right? So you really don't see everything that's going to be coming, all right? It's like your wishes are going to be granted. The Moon card can sometimes speak of, you know, diving deep, digging deep on what it is that you really, really want in life, what would really, really fulfill you, and be honest. And let everything be worked out, all right, behind the scenes here. Keep what you want and wish for. Keep your wishful thinking to yourself, okay? Pay attention to your intuition. That's going to be key here. But yeah, you don't see that your wishes are going to get granted, all right? And the minute this change occurs is when you're really going to start to see things flying in, all right? It's not just your growth. It's not just this expansion. It's everything in your life is going to expand, all right? So dig down deep, all right? What is going to fulfill you emotionally? Because we can have pentacles, we can have all this other shit, but if we don't have emotional security and contentment and satisfaction, nothing else really matters. Being emotionally stable and content and complete is the most important thing. All right, because our emotions really do affect us and everything in our life. It can affect the people around us. It can affect the, Jesus. All right, so we have the Judgment with the Ace of Swords. So yeah, there's something going on here where you're being called and you're probably feeling it. You're feeling a pull. You could be getting like, you know, thoughts planted in your head from the universe. That it is time here, all right, a mind shift. Your mind is going to shift. The more research, the more positivity, the more you balance and focus on integrity and all this shit, that is when you're going to see your mind break free, because there could be a clouded mindset here. But rising up and answering this calling, all right, good things are, you know, you've got good karma. So it's about rising up, all right, and, you know, moving forward, answering the calling, focusing on your destiny, your path, all right? And you're probably going to start getting epiphanies. But with the Ace of Swords, it's clarity coming, all right? You're going to get clarity. This is part of the clarity, all right? So let's wrap this up for Aquarius. Why are these, oh, these little jiggers, or what do they call them? Like no-see-ums or whatever, them little tiny-ass black bugs. Oh, man, and it's so beautiful out, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the next reading out here, because, oh my God, these little fuckers are brutal. And I don't want to kill them all, even though they're a pain in the ass. All right, so we do have here the Ten of Cups, all right? Fulfillment, all right? No longer stagnating here, all right? Things are not going to stagnate anymore. Things are going to really start to take off. You might start seeing it within the next 8 to 9 weeks and months, all right, loves? So have a good day.